Hi, this is Michael with Kemco System Service Department. We're going to discuss utilities again and continue on where we left off with the utility of air. This is the air breather for the machine. The machine requires minimum 200 cubic feet per minute of fresh air makeup per million BTUs. Alright, this is where the air filter is kept. This screw comes off. The air filter will be removed. It does need to be cleaned once a month depending on your use. That'll be discussed in another section for maintenance. Okay, we're going to walk around and go look at the air train. Okay, the air filter and air train starts right there with the holes. That's where it pulls its air in, so you can see it does take it from the outside environment. It comes on through. This will be the suction side of the air train. Okay, this line here is going to be for a switch that will let us know if we have a dirty air filter. It's a vacuum switch. We'll get into that in just a minute. That's on the other side of the machine. The air will come on up, be sucked on up, and go into this guy right here. This is a positive displacement air blower. Okay, that's a very important part of your machine, probably the most costly part. Okay, air will come up in here, it'll get compressed, go into positive displacement air, positive pressure, go up, go through the pipe into the mixer burner head. Well, let's backtrack for a minute and identify some components. We have a pressure relief valve here that is set for 15 psi from the factory. This is to save your blower from getting damaged in the course of something that's blocked in your steam system or in your head, anywhere in your line. This is what saves your high dollar displacement blower. Okay, this is set for 15 psi, and the course of any back pressure to exceed 15 psi, this will pop off and relieve. This needs to be free and clear of debris at all times and check periodically for leakage just in case it has wear over the years. But we definitely want to keep this in good shape because this keeps your blower from getting damaged. All right, we'll move on down. This is your blower pressure switch. This works off of positive pressure, not vacuum. This will allow us to know if the blower is running. It'll make the switch by positive air. This is your blower pressure gauge. This gauge here can be dependent on your unit, dependent on your piping. It can change from air to vapor, but if it goes past 15 psi, again, your relief valve will save the day and blow. Okay, we're going to move on. Okay, this line right here is basically just a cooling air line. Has only one function: to keep our 1-inch peep sight for main flame tuning cool and condensation free, and also your generator pressure gauge, which I will have you take a look at it. We want to keep that from getting hot because this is where the flame is. So all this does is just keep it cool. Okay, we're going to move on around. This is where your main air comes from your blower and goes into your mixer burner head. Okay, in between these two flanges is what's known as an orifice plate. This orifice plate is engineered to pass a certain amount of air through it per million BTU of the machine you've ordered. This plate right here allows a certain amount of air to come in here, so we do have the proper air-fuel mixture. As we discussed in the earlier utilities, we have a main fuel nozzle over here, air comes down here, fuel in here, they mix together down here, and this is where the flame goes down here. Okay, we'll get back into that a little bit later with tuning. Now we're going to go back around and we're going to check this line out. This line right here is your pilot air line for your pilot air adjustment. As we talked for your pilot air gas, this is a needle valve. This will adjust the airflow going into your pilot fuel head chamber. We have the gas that came in, discussed earlier with your pilot gas line. This is air. The gas is constant air. We adjust to get the proper mixture. There's the spark plug. Once we tune this in, we'll be able to get a nice constant pilot. We'll discuss that in the tuning section. And right here, to have the back side of your positive displacement blower, okay, It is filled with oil. We will get into that later in the maintenance section. And I believe that pretty well covers it. Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing here. This is for our dirty air filter. This line was tied into the suction side of the blower, which is this, the air feeding into it. This is designed to work on a vacuum. Once this exceeds a certain amount of vacuum pressure, the switch will make and it will go on a fault. That would be dirty air filter. That's how you will know that the filter is dirty, needs to be serviced or changed. And I believe that concludes our air train.